Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julie and I'm a homeschooling mom of 5. I am loving this Christmas season and just sharing Christmas themed videos with you guys. If you are new to my channel, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. I have lots more Christmas themed videos to come the rest of this month, and I also share a lot of just homeschooling, large family mom, large family food content here on my channel. So subscribe if you are new here. But today I am going to talk about some of our Christmas traditions in our house. And I put out a question recently asking what Christmas content do you guys want to see this year? And by far the most requests I got was for a video sharing our Christmas traditions. And I was a little bit like, oh really, you want to see it again? Because I have done videos, I want to say 3 or 4 times I've done a video in the past few years sharing what our Christmas traditions are, but I know that I have new viewers each year, new followers, new faces around here, and so I'm sure a lot of you have just never seen a video where I talk about our Christmas traditions. So that is what I am going to be sharing today. Christmas is our absolute favorite, and I think it is the traditions that come back every year that make Christmas what it is. Every year as Christmas approaches, that's what the kids are looking forward to, are those traditions that we've done year after year, and so they expect we're gonna do those things again, and that's what makes Christmas just so exciting, so special. So the first thing I'm going to share, I just have a list, so I'm going to go through and share each of these traditions in our house, and I'll probably say that word traditions too many times. But the first one is we have this advent calendar decoration. I'll show a little picture or video of it here. It is this little stack of boxes. We have had this ever since our oldest was a baby or a toddler. And so each year, coming up on December, I will stick a little note paper into each of those boxes, and each of those papers will say something special that we're doing that day. So on December the 1st, I'll put a little note in there saying, let's put up the Christmas tree today, or something like that. Each day we do something special, and as my older kids are getting older, I'm like, I am not like making these daily activities more extravagant. I know some of these things might be very simple for you, but just know this is more for the younger kids, because we have dealt with a little bit of disappointment, like, oh, a Christmas craft, and I'm like, hey, no bad attitudes allowed. You don't need to do it with us, but this is very exciting for the younger kids, so let them be excited about these simple activities. So some of our other traditions I will list off here, and these are things that I will put into that advent calendar, into those boxes. And so we will do things like Christmas shopping. We like to take the kids out one at a time to do a morning of Christmas shopping, and then usually go out for lunch afterwards. I'll put wrapping gifts. I usually get each of the kids a new Christmas book to add to our collection. So one day there will be a note paper in the box saying, go look on your bed, or you know, new Christmas books today, or something like that. We will usually go out one night and drive and just look at Christmas lights all around town. There's usually a couple of houses we know about who do lights up really extravagantly, and so we'll make sure to stop by those houses and just park and watch the lights for a bit. Sometimes we might go for like an open swim, or we'll go skating. Sometimes it's something really simple like Christmas craft, which isn't always that simple with 5 kids, but something really simple like everybody gets a candy cane today. Maybe we'll sing a bunch of Christmas carols, or we'll make Christmas cards for Sunday school teachers. Christmas baking. Sometimes we'll do just let's eat some Christmas treats and read a book this evening. Something each day. There's something in the box, and I used to fill up the boxes before December, and I would just fill them all up with different notes. I don't do that anymore because, for one, I sometimes change what our next day's activity will be. Like, I will just change it up. But the biggest reason I do that is because I don't trust my kids not to peek, understandably so. And so usually after they go to bed at night, I'll just put a note in for the next day, and then the next day one of the kids will open up the box and read what I wrote. So that is a super fun one, is having this advent calendar. The kids have been looking forward to this so much, especially my youngest Wesley. I don't even think he really knows. I don't think he really knew before December what this box is all about. But he's like, is it December tomorrow? Do we get to start opening the boxes tomorrow? How many more days? Like, he is just so excited. I think the excitement of the older kids over the Christmas season really rubs off on him. So, like I said, we do a lot of Christmas baking. I definitely have 5 or 6 recipes that I will make each Christmas. Of course, the kids like to help me. It gets a little bit overwhelming when I have too much help in the kitchen. And so I will try to have, okay, one child can come and help me with this. Or if I'm making like a batch of cookies, one of my older kids can help me with the primary job of like mixing all the dough and stuff. And then I'll say, okay, next child, you can come make this pan for me. After that goes in the oven, the next child can come and help me. I also don't have a very big kitchen, but it can quickly get overwhelming to have a lot of people working all at the same time. But even through the chaos, that's one of our favorite Christmas traditions. Another thing we do, and I think this is not very common, but this is what we did in my family growing up, is every night on Christmas Eve we would sleep. We always said we'll sleep under the Christmas tree. Now, by under the Christmas tree, it just means in the room with the Christmas tree. We would sleep on the couch or on the floor or wherever, just enjoying that last magical night, I guess, of anticipation before Christmas. And so we did this one year with the kids. I thought, let's just try it, see how they like it. And then there was no turning back. They definitely want to do it every single year. And so we get out sleeping bags and blankets, and they just spread out all over the living room and sleep there on Christmas Eve. It does make the whole Christmas Eve, Christmas morning thing a little bit crazy. And sometimes I have definitely said to Andrew before, should we just make them all sleep in their beds? Because the night would go so much smoother. One, they'd go to bed so much earlier, and then we could start stuffing stockings and get that all done so much earlier in the evening. 2, I don't think they'd wake up quite as early, but when they're all together, like as soon as one child's awake, they're all awake, and often that's earlier than I would like, but they love it, and so I couldn't take it away from them now. On that note, we don't do Santa in our house. I am just wrapping gifts all through December, gradually putting gifts under the tree. So by the time, a few days before Christmas, all of the gifts are already under the tree. So there's not us going in and having to put gifts under the tree on Christmas Eve. All we do Christmas Eve is just stuff the stockings. Another tradition I wanted to tell you about is these Christmas books, and I brought one here with me to show you. This is the book that we're currently reading. It's called Bartholomew's Passage, and it's by Arnold. I never know how to say his name, but that's his name right there. And he has written this series of books. We have 4 of them. There's one we don't have. Well, one is an Easter book. He's written 4 Christmas books. But these are family stories for Advent, and so we will read a chapter of this book every day. And what these books are is they're fictional tales, but they are realistically what could have been happening around the time Jesus was born. And so the one book is about a boy named Jotham, and he is a shepherd boy. And so it goes through some very exciting adventures and lots of suspense. Each of the chapters stop at a very suspenseful time. But then the story ends with him making it to the stable and seeing Mary and Joseph and Jesus at the stable. So it's just a really cute, really well done story. I even enjoy reading it aloud to the kids. So the one story is about a shepherd, one's about a wise man, this one is about a fisherman, and then the other one is about, I actually can't remember right now. It's the one that's about Tabitha. But all of the stories kind of intertwine as well. So in this story, it's about Bartholomew, this boy, but then in the story, there are the children from each of the other books as well. So each of the books just tells a different story from a different angle, but they all lead towards meeting Mary and Joseph and Jesus at the stable. So these are really good. I will link those down below. If you have kids anywhere close to my kids' ages, even teenagers down to, probably 6 or 7, they would really get into these stories. Back to talking about Christmas Eve, and the kids all sleep under the tree. We take all the stockings down and bring it up to our room. Andrew and I love it. We love just like putting all the stockings together. It's so much fun, just kind of revisiting, I guess, re-seeing, being reminded of what we got for each of the kids and just arranging their stockings. And then we go and bring their stockings downstairs and we put them at their seat at the table. And so they wake up Christmas morning and they can come and see us, you know, okay, we're ready. Are you ready? Are you ready to get up? Usually it's earlier than I'm really ready to get up, but they're not allowed to open their stockings. Maybe we're too strict, but I'm like, I want to see you guys all open your stockings. So they have to wait until Andrew and I come down, and then we all grab our stockings, we bring them to the living room and open them together. So we do that fairly first thing in the morning on Christmas Day. And then we have a big breakfast. And it makes me laugh when I think about it because we did this growing up. I know that this was the tradition in my family and also in Andrew's family. And both of us, it was like, when we grow up and we have our kids, we're not doing this to them. We're not making them wait this long to open gifts. But here we are, and we do the exact same thing. We make a nice big breakfast, always bacon or sausages. The last few years, we've started this tradition where we make pancakes. And the one year I just did this for fun. I made pancakes. I had bought strawberries and whipped cream, and I made little Santa faces using strawberries, whipped cream, and like chocolate chips for eyes on each of the kids' pancakes. And that was like an accidental tradition. I did it one time, and then the next year the kids were like, wait, we have to do Santa pancakes again. And I was like, oh, okay. And so now that has become a tradition. But we have breakfast, you know, we get all cleaned up. Like, I want to be ready for the day. I want the dishes done. We kind of just clean up, get all ready. It's at least 11. At least 11 by the time we gather in the living room, and we sit and we always read the Christmas story out of Luke 2. We then will sing a few songs. We usually get each of the kids to pick their favorite Christmas carol. We will sing those songs, then we will start opening gifts. As a kid, it was just like, oh my goodness, I can't wait. I was just like so excited to open gifts. And as an adult, I just realized how so much builds up to this moment, and then once the gifts are all opened, Christmas is kind of over. Like, the magical part of it to me is just kind of done, and it's like, all right, that was it. That was Christmas. So I think I just like to stretch it out, stretch that day out, and really just enjoy that last day of Christmas. Okay, that's all I've got. That's all that was on my list of Christmas traditions. I don't feel like we have any really weird or strange traditions, but I know it's because we're just used to it, and I'm sure some of these things are very different than what you do in your family. So let me know down below what some of your favorite traditions are through the Christmas season. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see a lot more Christmas content this month as we count down the days till Christmas. Also, we're doing Vlogmas, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.